Final Fantasy Fridays presents.
Happy day, oh happy day, oh happy day, oh happy day. When Jesus washed,
Good evening, good morning, and / or afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Final Fantasy Fridays, episode 23. Now, this isn't on Friday because I will explain. It was my birthday on Friday. It was also Final Fantasy 33 X's, if you still count the X in your name. I don't know, I apologise if you don't. Birthday a couple of days ago, so happy birthday to him. Woo. But yes, it is the 14th of July. Should be the, what, 12th? Yes, that's my birthday. Should be. I forgot when my birthday was. Jesus Christ! But have a shit ton of news to get through. As you saw by that intro video, yes, it is the day 3 of the Steam sales. I am fucking so excited. I don't have Steam open just now because it makes a lot of background noise, but the computer's already making a lot of noise, so I'm sorry if you hear that sort of noise. But yes. So many great deals. So far I've only spent 99 pence. Now in the last episode of Final Fantasy Fridays I was talking about how Final Fantasy VII has finally been released on Steam after this long years in the darkness. Well, that isn't on sale as of yet, I believe, but I still think it will come down in price eventually. It's still $9.99 here in the UK. I don't know what it is over in any of your territories, but definitely worth the buy. I'm loving it. There's also tons of mods for it to make it look more refined. Like there's a Tifa's bootleg, I believe it's called. Don't laugh at the name. I laughed at it. I did that for you. But it's like a HD re-release of the HD re-release kind of. It improves the character models, the pre-rendered backgrounds, makes them more, vibrant and playable essentially. Because Final Fantasy VII is a great game, but I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to play. Like if you're not one to appreciate story over graphics, which is there are a lot of us that don't do that. I appreciate story. Well, thank you very much. But yeah, over the weekend I also got a copy of The Last of Us for my birthday. It is definitely one of my favorite games of all time, and it's one of my favorite games this year. Top 5 I would have to say for games this year would be BioShock Infinite, definitely. Then Last of Us, Far Cry 3, Blood Dragon. If you haven't played that game, go and fucking play it. It's amazing. Tomb Raider, and you know what? I don't think I've played a 5th game that's been released this year. So let's just say Walking Dead Survival Instinct, because we're idiots. That is a terrible game, by the way. I recommend you don't buy it, or even look at it, or breathe near it. But anyway, enough of talking about games and stuff, even though this is a podcast about games and stuff. But let's get on to it. Final Fantasy X. I've lost my wording. That wasn't even a sentence. I will start again. Final Fantasy X/2, 10-2. Oh, Jesus Christ. HD Limited Edition has been announced. Woo! Yes, if you pre-order Final Fantasy X and 10-2 HD for the PS3, you will get a free upgrade to the Special Edition pack. Now this includes all your usual cadaver, art books, the little box you put it in, different case. It looks pretty much cool. Also talking about pre-orders, Lightning Returns, if you pre-order that, you'll get a free upgrade to the Steelbook edition. Yes, Square Enix seem to love their Steelbooks. The Steelbook hasn't been released yet, so nobody knows what it looks like. I think it's going to look like, do that picture where lightning and sort of crystals behind them, she's sort of ducking. It's my Steam avatar, so if you got me on Steam, which you don't, because none of you add me, I'm so alone. But anyway, yeah, this looks awesome. You will also get the codes for the Final Fantasy VII pack in there. Like you did with the extra costumes for Final Fantasy 13-2. I think most people who played Final Fantasy 13-2 have pre-ordered it, because nearly everyone I've seen play that game has the costumes. It's kind of weird, but still, I don't care if you pre-ordered it or not. I'm just glad that you own it. That is all I am saying. So, more news on Final Fantasy X/10-2 HD. SD versus HD video has been released. If you don't know what SD is, which I didn't till this, I've never heard anyone use it, but it's standard definition versus high definition. Now, I've got the hiccups, I apologise. I will put a link in the description to this video, which I highly recommend. Words. I will highly recommend that you go watch that, because when I first saw the trailers for Final Fantasy X/10 2 HD collection, I thought that it looked alright. I thought it looked like a mediocre HD, like Silent Hill HD, which is not HD, it's just on a bigger screen, that's all that is. But honestly, if you watch the 2x2, it's amazing the difference in the games. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Final Fantasy X, it's not my favourite in the series, but honestly, you will watch this, it is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. It's the things that I noticed were different from it is that the characters are much more refined from what they looked like before. Like, there was a scene, they show the intro scene of the game, and it's with Tidus and Yuna. Yuna, it goes over to her, and it's just like a perfect split halfway through her face, and you can see the difference. Like, I've never noticed how yellow she looked. I went back and played the game, she looked fucking like The Simpsons. That is how yellow she was, but now it's like pale, not pale, but you know, more refined. I'm not going to be racist by saying white, even though she is white. I don't know why that'd be racist. I'm sorry if I offended any white and / or black people out there. But it looks so much different, and I will definitely be pre-ordering this. Mainly because I get this free limited edition upgrade. That sounds kind of stupid, but I'm a sucker for limited editions. I bought, well, Final Fantasy XIII was technically one of my first Final Fantasies because I wasn't really into it. But when I started to play the game, I played it for, well, I got it about 2 years ago. And then about a couple of months back this year, I lost it. I didn't know where it went. I lost the disc. I still had the case. So I went out to Game Station, or as it's now called, Game, and I bought the collector's edition for £7. Now, the normal edition was £19.99, but the collector's edition was £7. Now, being the non-idiot that I was at the time, I decided to buy the collector's edition. Because why the fuck would I want to pay £20 for a standard edition of a game when the collector's edition is sitting there, right there? And it also had an extra C sticker in it, so I got quite a lot of them and I stuck them all over the room. And the postcards, but the one thing that bugged me about the postcards, was that they're double-sided. I want to have all the characters on my wall, which means I'm going to have to buy the postcards again. Also, I got the collector's edition of Final Fantasy XIII too, and the card with Ciaus on it is spelled fucking wrong. It's spelled C-A-U-I-S. That isn't how you spell Ciaus. I will show you at the end of this video how fucking wrong it is spelled. Maybe not at the end of this one, but I will definitely show you. They spelled Ciaus wrong. It's annoying. Why did... Gah! It's gonna be worth more money, but I don't want a fucking misspelt name on my wall. Jesus. I ranted on a lot about postcards there, so let's move swiftly on. So, more Lightning Returns news. Features-ish. That's what I'm going to talk about. Mainly the costumes. Now, we all know about the schema, or schema, however you want to pronounce it. I don't know how you pronounce it. If you know how to pronounce it, please tell me. But the costumes are going to be well over 100, and you should see the customization they put in this game. You know how in 13.2 you got adornments and the costumes for the main characters? Well, now you can get costumes and adornments for Lightning. Now, I have Lightning, for the Commando version of Lightning in my party from 13.2, and I made her wear a top hat. She looks very classy and sexy at the same time, which is good in a woman. That's what I look for. Classy and sexy ladies. But, I sounded like a complete cunt there. But, anyway, adornments and clothes. They can... I saw one, it was like, it was her, what do you call it? Her default costume. And do you like how it's sort of red and black with the flares and everything? Well, you can actually change the colour of your costume. So I saw, I think it was on the Square Enix site, I don't know, there's a Facebook page I go to called The Awesome Moogle, which is really good, and they post quite a lot of stuff for Final Fantasy related, even, well, probably, because they are a Final Fantasy page. But still, I looked at all these, and there was like pink and white ones, black and white, green and yellow, purple and yellow, any colour combination you could imagine. And it's giving you different stages of how you customise Lightning. Now, they showed a video, a Japanese video, about a stage demo. It wasn't a stage demo really, it's sort of behind the scenes demo direct, and it showed you them making Lightning, and I never thought there was much difference in how she looked from 13 to Lightning Returns, but I tell you, there's a shitload of a difference. She looks so much better in Lightning Returns. I didn't even notice she looked this crap in Final Fantasy 13. She looked brilliant in 13 too, but on the non-CG cutscenes, she just looks completely different from what I imagined her. Talking CG cutscenes in Lightning Returns, we're probably looking at about 2 to 3 because it's going to have to be in one disc. The ones we do know about is the one when she's on the clock bit, and the ones with snow, and the one with Fang and all that isn't a CG cutscene, that's just normal. But definitely looking forward to this after seeing, I like dressing things up, okay? Okay, next piece of news is regarding Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. Now, I'm going to cover this really quickly because a lot of people are getting confused about this. So you may have seen an article on your local game site about why Final Fantasy XIV isn't coming to Xbox 360 or Xbox One, and you have been welcomed by a shitload of words, a big massive article about all this nonsense about Square Enix falling out with Microsoft and all that. But I'm here to explain it in one simple line. Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn is not coming to any Xbox or Xbox One products because it is not multiplayer with different consoles. Square Enix said they want the PC, PS3 and PS4 versions of the game to all interject with each other. They want them to join each other. They want them all to be welcomed as one game. So I could play on the PC, my friends could play on the PS3, some of my friends could play on the PS4, and we'd all be playing the same game. Now, this doesn't work with the Xbox. They'd have to be playing in their own world. So essentially, it's just cheap they're not opening up another server for Microsoft users. Is that cheap or not? I don't care. But if I get an Xbox One, that means I won't be able to play the game with friends and that on the PS4 and all that. Even though it's not coming out on the Xbox One. But that's what I'm saying. It's like an example. I wouldn't be able to join you if you had a PC version of the game. I don't know why the PC version doesn't work, because essentially most PCs run on Windows. Well, a PC is either Windows or Linux. That's all you're going to get. Because a Mac is a different thing. Stop saying that a PC could be a Mac. No. A PC and Mac are different things. But you could have Linux on your PC, and Microsoft aren't really friends with them. Valve are, because they hate Microsoft. They all hate each other. Why can't you be friends? Come on, be like Nintendo. Love everything. Like French food. Just do stuff. Be nice to each other. Please, games industry. Please. So, this last piece of newsies, more Lightning Return stuff. Now, the first piece of news I'm not really enamoured about, but, well, I must rephrase that. I wasn't really enamoured about, but Lightning Returns soundtrack details have been released. Now, a pre-soundtrack will be released in Japan shortly, or is released, but, they're also been posting some of the songs from the soundtrack. Now, I've heard the battle theme, very much like the battle theme in 13. I think they're going to step away from the techno and go back to the more oriental. But I love the techno in 13 too. It was like da 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 da. What was the words again? Oh god. This is the path I must take. My destiny, it's your faith. The pain my heart feels is my strength. Yeah, that one. That's my favourite one. But yes, battle theme does sound pretty awesome. If you haven't already, I would definitely give that a listen to. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this week's big announcement. Yes, I can confirm for you that Ciaus Ballad, spelt correctly this time, Square Enix I hope, will be returning in Lightning Returns. What his purpose serves is we don't know at this precise moment, but people are beginning to speculate whether he is going to be something to do with Noel. As you know, they were best friends. We don't know anything about Yule coming back. We don't know that much about him and Noel's current existence. But what we do know is that they will be explaining what happened to them both in 13-2. Now, I don't know if this goes for Fang, because she played a very small role in 13-2. As far as new characters go, we have been introduced to one, which I don't know if is a bad thing or good thing, because in 13-2 we had Mog, new character-ish, not new to 13 universe. Mog, Noel, Ciaus, Yule, Chocolina if you count her, And you had all the different bosses and all that. The Arbiter of Time and all that. He's probably the main focus of the boss. But yes, there's not that much newness I'm seeing in the game apart from its features and everything it has to offer. But characters and storyline doesn't seem much new. But we know it's going to have a happy ending. I don't know why they told us that. Stupid thing to tell us. But either or, I am looking pretty hyped towards it now. I'm looking forward to it. I will be pre-ordering it. It's coming out on Valentine's Day. Woo! My favourite fucking day of the year. So guys, thank you very much for being patient with my uploading schedules. But I hope you will tune in for more. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all very much soonly. Ciao, ciao!